Netflix's biggest weapon in the streaming wars has been its original content. Netflix is spending $17 billion on original shows and movies in 2021 alone. These productions run the gamut from soap operas to documentaries, but one area the services has been seriously investing in is video game adaptations. It draws inspiration from both Andrei Sapkowski's novels and the CD Projekt Red video game series. The streaming service has also supplemented its extensive selection of anime with animated adaptations of Castlevania and Resident Evil. Here's everything we know about the many video game adaptations coming to Netflix. While this isn't actually a Netflix original, the continuation of the Pokémon Journeys anime will be exclusively available on Netflix in the US. The show will follow Ash as he fights through the World Coronation series accompanied by Go, who is on a quest to catch one of every Pokémon. Henry Cavill's Geralt found his destiny in Princess Cirilla at the end of Season 1, and this season will show her training among the other Witchers of Kaer Morhen, while also learning to harness her powerful magical abilities. The story transitions between Sapkowski's short story collection The Last Wish and his first Witcher novel, Blood of Elves, starting with an adaptation of the tale of the 2016 and 2019 films based on the popular mobile game. Netflix announced in 2020 that it was working on an Angry Birds animated series. Buck, Bomb, and Stella and their adventures at Camp Splinterwood in what sounds like Angry Birds meets Wet Hot American Summer. The limited-run series based on League of Legends will be Riot Games' first TV adaptation. It will share the origin stories of sisters Vi and Jinx, two champions from the game, with the action alternating between the oppressed underground of Zaun and the utopian Piltover. Building on the partnership with CD Projekt Red that led to the Witcher adaptations, Netflix announced in June of 2020 that it will release an anime set in the universe of Cyberpunk 2077. Rather than following the game's plot, the 10-episode limited series will focus on a street kid turned mercenary. Kill la Kill's Hiroyuki Imaishi will direct the series, with Studio Trigger providing the animation, and Silent Hill composer Akira Yamaoka will be on a journey of self-discovery and redemption, according to Netflix. Man of Action Entertainment will helm the project. It's unclear whether the show will be released before Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which will star Idris Elba as Sonic's frenemy Knuckles. Netflix and Ubisoft announced in October that they had inked a deal to develop a genre-bending live-action adaptation of the Assassin's Creed franchise, which will reportedly be written by Jeb Stewart. Like it has with The Witcher, Netflix will be using Assassin's Creed as the basis for multiple projects that will be both live-action and animated. Detective Pikachu director Rob Letterman is working on. Hasn't been any news about the project since it was announced in July of 2020, so it's unclear who the writers will be and how closely the plot will follow the game about an investigative journalist in the year 2435 working with an underground resistance movement on a remote mining planet. Netflix announced this anime adaptation of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon in June. The 6-episode project will be helmed by Castlevania's Adi Shankar, animated by Bobby Pills, and directed by Mehdi Lafad. Netflix also used the announcement to share that a second Far Cry anime will also come to the streaming service, but it's unclear what game it will be based on. The current Castlevania series ended its 4-season run in May, but before that, Netflix announced that Wayne Brady plays King Dice, the main antagonist of the animated series that follows the adventures of the impulsive Cuphead and his cautious brother Mugman. While it will share the 1930s animation style of the 2017 game, the show will have an original character-driven comedic story. Shankar is Ross and Marshall Thurber will direct the Division film starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain, with Ellen Shanman writing the adaptation. Thurber replaced original director David Leitch, who stepped down due to scheduling conflicts. Like the Ubisoft game it's based on, the movie follows a group of civilians trying to save what remains of New York's population after a devastating virus spreads through the city through money spent on Black Friday. This promises to be a pretty messed up Christmas movie. The first season of the animated show based on the MOBA was released in March, and Netflix confirmed in April that a second season is coming. In March of 2020, Ryan Reynolds was reported to be in talks to play the heroic knight Dirk the Daring in a live-action adaptation of the 1983 arcade game, but there haven't been any updates since. Lucifer co-showrunner Joe Henderson that aims to build on the success of Detective Pikachu. This series is in early development with no plot or cast announcements to date. Set nearly 3 decades after the release of the T-Virus. The show is currently in production, and other cast members include Ella Balinska, Tamara Smart, Sienna Agodong, Adeline Rudolph, and Paola Nunez. John Wick creator Derek Kolstad will be writing the animated series based on the Ubisoft franchise Hero, who will presumably be Black Ops agent Sam Fisher, and that he's drawing inspiration from westerns. Tasha Huo will write and executive produce an anime series set after the events of Crystal Dynamics' recent game trilogy. Legendary Entertainment, which worked with Netflix on the Lost in Space remake, and Sonic the Hedgehog film producers DJ2 Entertainment will also be part of the project. The Witcher and Iron Fist writer Declan DeBarra serves as showrunner for this live-action limited series set 1,200 years before the events of the main show. The story and monsters together. Sarah O'Gorman and Vicky Jewson each direct half of the 6-episode series, which stars Michelle Yeoh, Sophia Brown, and Lawrence O'Fuarain. What Netflix video game adaptations are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments section below, and for more on your favorite TV shows and movies, keep it locked right here on IGN.